I got the chance to play Pinehurst No.2 before the U.S. Open Championship. What's up, everyone? Tanner Blue, Blue Sports Media. Thanks for joining me today. And you may be wondering, how on earth did you get the chance to play Pinehurst No.2 a month before the U.S. Open Championship? Well, I'm going to tell you about it. So, during my day job, I am a sports reporter. I work for a local news station here in North Carolina. The USGA and Pinehurst did something that I've never really seen before. They invited the media to come play the course. Now, we've heard of media days and pro-ams and things like that at major events and at courses, but this thing was all out. I had never experienced anything like this. My sports director asked me if I wanted to play. I said, absolutely. Now, keep in mind, I'm an average golfer at best. I am a weekend warrior, a hack, just a normal guy out there trying to do the best he can on the golf course. For every good shot that I hit, there's probably about 10 bad ones that follow. So going into this, I'm pretty nervous. I'm excited, but also nervous again. But this is going to be the experience of a lifetime, I thought. So, hey, why not give it a shot? So earlier this week, we drove to the course, left at about 7:30 in the morning. I live in Wilmington, so it's about 2 hours, 15 minutes from where I live, 2 hours, 30 minutes, depending on how quick you drive. So we took the trip up. I'm excited. I'm stoked. I don't know what to think. And we get there, and as soon as we pull in, it's just magnificent looking. You can just tell that all these courses are in pristine condition. The facilities are great. I mean, we walked in, and it's like we were treated like royalty. So we got a chance to interview and talk to some people from the USGA, Pinehurst, the PGA, NBC, who's helping run the coverage for this year's major, and we got a chance to talk to last year's champion, Wyndham Clark. He sat at the front stage and he talked a little bit about Pinehurst and how difficult but beautiful the course was, how it feels to be defending his U.S. Open championship at Pinehurst, all this great stuff. Just learning about the tradition, the they called it a cathedral when it comes to Pinehurst because Pinehurst has been around since the late 1800s. And here we are getting a chance to play this beautiful course designed by Donald Ross. Very historic. A lot of people don't think of Pinehurst whenever it comes up in the conversation of greatest courses of all time. But when you think about it, it really is one of the best. And it's got this crazy history to it. Payne Stewart, who can forget the putt on 18 to win the U.S. Open Championship back in the 90s? Incredible shot. They've hosted a couple majors there as well, a couple U.S. Open Championships. So to have it back in my home state of North Carolina and to have it at Pinehurst, a place with so much history, everyone kind of forgets how incredible Pinehurst is. And it truly is one of the best courses in the world. They gave us a stat sheet here for this thing. This course is 7,543 yards. That is a beast of a course. And let me tell you, you feel every single second of it. When we got a chance to play, this is what we experienced. We were paired up in a foursome with other media outlets, and we were each given a caddy. Really, a caddy for each two people. I've never played with a caddy before. I didn't know what to expect. I was very nervous. I said, hey, this guy is going to absolutely eviscerate how bad I play this course. He's going to laugh at how bad I'm going to tear it up out here. It was a complete opposite. My caddy was an incredible guy, awesome, funny, down to earth, and really told me how to play the course because you can't just go into this thinking, oh, this is going to be a breeze. I can do this. It's not that hard. No, this is some different level stuff. Keep in mind, we're playing this about a month before the pros come and play this for a major championship. That's some serious golf right there. Now, they told us that the course was not going to be 100% like it was for the major. The greens are going to be fast, but they weren't as fast as they're going to be for the major. But believe me, they were still fast. It was like putting on glass at times. The pin positions just really difficult. Lots of different slopes and angles and things like that. I can't tell you how many times, well, probably not that many times, but the very few amount of times that we were able to stick a shot to the green, quite often they would fall and they would slope right off back into the fairway, back into a bunker, and it was a mess. Up on the left and the right hand side, all kinds of bunkers with plants and all kinds of stuff that you want to stay out of. But of course, I was in that for a good amount of playing this course. We started on hole 14. It was a shotgun start and pretty cool. I got to meet and talk to Tony Kornheiser from ESPN. He actually was right beside me and my sports director whenever we were getting in our golf cart. And we turn around and we're like, hey, that's Tony Kornheiser. So pretty cool moment there as well. It was it was an incredible but daunting task. The first couple holes went well. I was playing bogey golf there for the first 4 or 5 holes, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting I'm actually not doing too bad. I'm impressed that I'm playing this level of bogey golf on this professional style course for a major. I was shocked. However, once we started to get settled in, things became a little bit more difficult. We didn't walk the course. We had the option to. Our caddies walked the course pretty much the whole time, kind of directing us, hey, you should hit the ball along this side. I would go over here. And they were also keeping track of our ball, which is incredible. I actually didn't lose a ball. There's not really any water at Pinehurst. There's a hole or two, I believe, where there is some water at the beginning, but nothing too major. But one, not losing a ball was incredible to me, even though there's not really any water. Two, having someone locate and tell you where your ball is at all times, perfect. Now, if you go and play Pinehurst and you have the ability to get a caddy, I would highly recommend it. I've never played with a caddy before. I'm not good enough to have a caddy, and I probably never will be. But for this time, for this example, I was given a caddy due to the situation, and it was fantastic. It made the experience so much better. So if you ever get a chance to play Pinehurst #2, or just Pinehurst in general, because I know you can get on in some cases, get a caddy. It's a lot of fun. It's a great experience to have. So I was playing bogey golf for a little bit. Things kind of got a little out of hand. I was slicing a couple of my shots. That's what I struggle with the most when I'm on the golf course. It's what I've been trying to work on. Short game is kind of where I'm at in terms of what I'm good at. Long game, that's where I struggle. And really, if you struggle at any aspect of that, you are going to struggle on this course. But it's one of those things where we were invited to play here to see what it's like to be a professional golfer and play this style of course. And while I would get frustrated with some of my shots, I was just in awe of the fact that I was even at this point and that I even had the chance to play here and be in the situation that I was in. So every time I'd hit a bad shot, I would just look around and say, dude, I'm playing at Pinehurst #2 a month before they play the U.S. Open Championship. You'll be okay. So I was able to get over that pretty quickly. Some of the bunkers near the greens, if you are not an expert at getting out of the bunkers, you are going to be playing in the sand and staying at the beach all day. Very difficult. Very, very difficult. There was one par 3, I believe, where it took me more tries than I want to admit to get out of the bunker. It was unfortunate, but it was a very humbling experience. Another cool experience was coming up on the 18th hole. There were some people on the back patio kind of area, and we had maybe a crowd of about between 100 and maybe 50 to 100 people back there watching us play. And you want to talk about pressure. Since we were with the media, we did have cameras out there and microphones, so we're kind of filming what we're doing. So there was a little bit added pressure on top of already the pressure of playing this course. More pressure was added, and sometimes you could feel it. So we're going to the 18th. We've got people watching, and I'm getting ready to chip on for my par attempt, I believe. And I hit a shot, looks good, rolls right off the green because the greens are so fast. I'm like, nah. No one claps for me. No one cheers. I'm disappointed. Very sad. We were playing with a meteorologist, and she hit a beautiful shot right onto the green, stuck it next to the hole, and she got a roar, a round of applause. And that was such an awesome moment. One of the best parts of my day. Was certainly a cool experience. And then I believe she made that putt for par, and the crowd clapped and erupted. It was great. It was truly one of the best experiences about that hole. Another thing, they were in the process of setting up the grandstands around the course. And I've got pictures of that, and it's incredible. Even though there was no one in the stands, just walking and along and just looking to your left and right and seeing the grandstands where people were going to be truly was an incredible experience. It made you feel like you were playing for something important. It made you feel like you were playing in a major championship. And just walking up the course, no matter how good or bad you were playing, and just looking and seeing that, it was truly an incredible experience. And, just makes you excited and humbled just to play the sport that is golf. So I did walk away with two true pars that day. I was very excited, and they were both on par threes. Okay, so you give and you take. I was able to blast. I can't remember what hole it was. I believe it was hole six was a par three. We were playing from the white tips. That's fine with me. I traditionally play the white or the blue. The pro style tips all the way from the back, they were covered off because they didn't want anyone to, mess with the grass, as if we had any business playing that far back anyway, because we didn't. We were playing from the whites. Par six, I believe, was about 170, 175 yards out. I believe I took one of my hybrids, hit it kind of a little stinger, and kind of rolled right up onto the green after hitting a little bit of the fairway before it getting up there, and got myself for an opportunity. Got a putt right close to the hole, made it, and I had my first official par. So whenever I'm watching the U.S. Open this year and they get on hole six, I'm going to be the most annoying guy in the room because I'm going to look around and I'm going to say, hey, you see that hole? I parred that hole. I had another shot on here, which I'll end up showing at some point in the video, where I got really close, ended up with a bogey on that hole, but I stuck one right on the green, right on the left side of the green, and this thing rolled all the way over to the right and just barely scratched off the green. And it's crazy. There were so many shots, really good shots, that people hit during the day that would sit on the green and they would come back and they would fall in the rough, or they would fall in the bunker, or they would roll off the green and go on the backside. I mean, it was just brutal how tough these greens were, but it just makes you appreciate how great professional golfers are and just how much it takes to be a good golfer and to make it on tour. It's incredible. Of course, I got some swag. I went to the pro shop, got a couple hats, got a shirt, got a putter cover, got some whiskey, got a couple different things, and it was just an incredible experience. Don't know if I'm ever going to get back to the pro shop at Pinehurst. I hope I do someday, even if I'm not playing number two, but it was awesome. Definitely recommend going. They also apparently have opened up a World Golf Hall of Fame there. We did not have the opportunity to do that because our schedule was very busy. Our round was about 5.5 hours just because we had people playing at different paces. We had cameras, film crews out there. Really, you had ourselves mic'd up, really just capturing everything that we could for our news station. So while we were playing golf, we were also trying to record each other and get all that content as well. We had a great lunch there. The people at Pinehurst were incredible. The resort, food was great. It was really just an incredible experience, and just being up on that patio and just looking around and seeing other people tee off. I mean, that's a lot of pressure. And seeing just people play at Pinehurst, it felt like you were meant to be at the major championship and you were there. It was incredible. So that was my experience playing Pinehurst No.2 1 month before the 2024 U.S. Open Championship. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. If you've played Pinehurst No.2, let me know in the comments how much better you are than me, because it's going to drive me to become better at golf. But seriously, if you've played the course before, let me know in the comments what you think of it. Tell me your Pinehurst experiences. I hope to go back someday and to play it now that I know what it's like. But this experience alone, considering everything that was involved, being invited the opportunity to come play this course a month before the championship, see what it's like to play a major in some ways, was truly a unforgettable experience. Is one of the best things I've ever done in my life. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and we'll see you on the next one.